How you doing? This is John Demartino, and recently I've been getting a lot of questions from some salespeople that they're doing all these activities and they're not understanding why they're not moving forward. So what I wanted to do is just talk briefly on inactivity and what that breeds, and activity, and making sure you don't confuse activity for production or activity for success, because it doesn't work that way. So let's just start with inactivity. What inactivity will start to breed is almost a form of depression. Reason being is if you just aren't doing anything and you're just sitting, whether you're sitting at work and you're not really doing what you need to do, or you're sitting home and you're not really getting out, what starts to happen is you start to feel down. You're not getting your body is not being energized by being around people, by having some success, by challenging yourself. You got to be really careful with inactivity. And so that's one part of it, but what I really want to concentrate is on activity. So those of you that are going out there and feel like you are working as hard as you can, but nothing's getting done, what activities are you doing? So are you the type that you go and you clean your desk when you first get there, to get it ready, to clean your desk, to get it ready, to clean out the drawers, then to fill the drawers, and then to reshuffle everything around, and before you know it, a week has passed and all you've done is clean your desk because you're getting ready to get ready to work, right? So what activities are you doing? Are you doing activities to get better? Are your activities one of spending time strategizing on how you're going to open up your presentation, how you're going to handle your customers, setting your goals, and then writing them down and following them? Are you doing the activities that are going to be productive? Or are you just doing activities for the sake of doing activities? And I think it was John Wooden, a great basketball coach, said that, do not confuse activity with performance or being productive. Because I know people who do so much activity at work and they cannot perform. They don't put no numbers up, or they don't coach none of their people on their team because they're doing so many activities that are coming up because they have no structure in what they're doing, and they don't prioritize what's important, and they don't prioritize what's going to either make you better or what you are doing to make yourself better, to promote your team, for you to achieve your goals, for you to make sure your customers are getting world-class client experiences. So really look at the activities you're doing every single day. And again, are they activities that adhere to a very strict process that's going to get you promoted, get you paid, get your customers where they want to come back and see you, and they'll wait. If you're off that week, they'll come next week. You're off that day, they'll come the next day, right? If they have to sit and wait for an hour and someone else is open, they're going to wait for you. Why? Because your activity it's not just activity for activity's sake, right? It's activity for production's sake, for setting goals, for taking care of your clients. So just make sure, because I think we're starting to, when I see these questions come in, we're really confusing doing activity or being consistent, right? I saw a guy bang his head off the wall 40 times. He was consistently banging his head off the wall, but he's not being successful in anything, right? So just being consistent isn't it. Just being persistent. He was very persistent in doing that, right? But so just having those things they're not going to get you the success that you need. Those are all characteristics that you need to continue to promote yourself. But if all your activity is done where you go to a training, you take a book, you're the guy or girl taking a book full of notes, and really what you use that book for, you go home after saying how great the information was, and what happens is your table's a little wobbly and you use that book to shimmy under the table so it stays solid, and you never use the information at all. So now you just spent maybe some money, time, right? And you went there, you did a lot of activity, and it was a good activity, right? You learned some things, but you never executed on it. You never put goals down to achieve it, right? And the notes and everything you have that can give you the roadmap to success are now holding up your table so it don't wobble when you have your cereal in the morning. So again, don't confuse activity with production. You really need to watch what you're doing, and the best way to do that is every morning you write down what you're going to achieve. You go through your day and achieve what you can. You prioritize what's most important, what you need to get done, time sensitive, whatever it may be, you get that done. At the end of the night, what you want to do when you go home is identify what you do well and give yourself congratulations and reward yourself. But what did you do that you could have done better? What were some challenges you had that you didn't get done? Are you going to do them the next day, or why weren't they done? It's the only way to take your own inventory, right, and look in that accountability mirror. Take accountability for what you did and did not do, and make sure tomorrow you're better than today, right? Today you're better than yesterday. And if you can do that, your activities will then mean something and you will see an impact. So again, the last message I want to leave you is this. Inactivity is the absolute worst thing you can have. It'll lead you down a road where you will not be any good for yourself or your family or your team. Activity can be great if focused in the right way, but don't just do activities that will not yield any results or reward. So keep that in mind when you go through your day-to-day, and I wish you nothing but success. Thank you.